Okay, ready, set, go! I am going to seek the nomination for the Federal Conservative Party for Peterborough Kawartha riding.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm in charge of these 5 kids. They're eating a very healthy dinner. Very healthy dinner. What are you dipping? Cotton candy in a snow cone? Yeah, it's great. Is that my parents coming to the Lakefield Santa Claus Parade? I'm your local member of Parliament. Merry Christmas. Santa, who did you vote for?
I voted for you, Michelle. Merry Christmas.
He's a good Santa. He's a good Santa. Great. Hello, everyone. I am Michelle Ferreri, and I'm beyond excited to be your keynote and host for this incredible first ever virtual Casper event. Not to be confused with the ghost Casper, which we may remember from our childhood. No. This is going to be better. This is for all of you out there that are in the very exhausting, grueling world of recruiting and retaining physicians for your community. What an important job you have, especially during COVID. So this is the waiting after for the ballot. So those are the t-shirts. There's Sharon Legan, she's a star. Brittany's a star. Oh, let's show them. People before politics. How did it make you feel after you wrote that letter?
Happy.
Why?
Because it's good to write things down and then it gets out of your head.
But my next steps for me is really, I want to see mental health first aid training. I believe it's just as important as first aid and CPR. So I want to approach, even in the profession I'm working in, I believe we deal with dual diagnosis all the time with disability and mental health. So I would like to see training out to teachers and to students and to community livings and nursing homes, all that kind of stuff. Like, mental health is everywhere, and I just believe honestly, nothing against first aid and CPR. I've used it twice in my life, and I'm thankful I haven't had to use it more than that. But I use my mental health first aid training that I've taken way more.
Good morning, folks. Pearl Selby, Quebec here. Pride for me is being prideful, and I am prideful. I'm a lesbian person and very proud. I'm happy we have this month to show acceptability. I mean, we're accepted in the community. We're accepted all over. Years ago, we weren't. We had to be in the closet, and now we are finally out of the closet. And grateful for this month. Grateful for everybody out there. Enjoy, folks. Just be loud and proud. Have a good day.
The first day in the Mohawk Institute, which we call the Mush Hole as a nickname, because that's about what it was. I was taken into a little room, and I had my hair cut, and my name taken away, and they gave me a number 39 for 10 years. And my sisters told me in Ojibwe there in that little room that they'd be let to see me once a week. But that was bullshit, because my one sister that's living now, she told me, I asked her a lot of questions, the one that's living now, and she told me that we've only talked to you about 12 times in the 10 years.
I like to put out there is, we're not trying to change the minds of the nasty people. The nasty people are gonna stay nasty. What I want to do is educate the people who want to learn and help them be better equipped to deal with anybody they come across, whether it's those nasty people or it's the people who want to be accepted.
I don't know. It puts me in mind of people I know who died in the hospital looking at the damn windows. It's got to be a lonely thing.
Yes, I know you're our rivals on the ice, the hockey rink, but it's communities like this that make up Peterborough Kawartha that I'm so invested in to represent. This is the heart of what we are, and I love it here. So this is what I'm doing with these young people. Am I killing you?
A little bit.
Yeah. Does Michelle say stop?
No.
No. We don't stop. We don't need food. We don't need rest. We need a door knock. We need to talk to people. We need to listen to people. Hello, Cordova. Yes. Challenger baseball. They just played Team Michelle. Who won?
We did!
Not Team Michelle. Mitchell, say hey. Do you want to say hi to anybody at Parliament Hill?
Oh, hi, Mr. O'Toole.
So Mr. O'Toole, Mr. Aaron O'Toole, pleasure to meet you.
It's great to be here, Michelle. Congratulations. You're going to be a real serious voice for Peterborough. We need her in Ottawa.
Plans are important. Without them, we don't know where we're going. They're like a map. It's time we lift up this community. On September 20th, elect Michelle Ferreri for Peterborough Kawartha. Arts and culture in Peterborough Kawartha is obviously very near and dear to my heart and personal. It's how I got my start in broadcasting. It is, you know, the heartbeat of who we are. Our arts and culture community is incredibly important, from our theatre guild to show place. St. James is how I got my start. I've listened to a lot of you and the disillusionment with politics, the lack of trust, the frustration. Who do you vote for? What does it matter? I've been a voter a lot longer than I've been a candidate. I know how you feel. It takes time to build trust, and a reputation isn't built on what you intend to do. A reputation is built on action and solutions. I've spent my entire career listening, providing hope, but most importantly, providing solutions. Building up relationships in this community to find the answers. I have never seen Peterborough Kawartha in the state that it is in right now. I'm from here. It's personal for me. I'm a results-driven person. Michelle Leahy Ferreri, do swear that I will be faithful and bear the true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Just keep pen in hand. Yep. Just felt like I'm something else. That's good. And just looking up, please, mister. That's great. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Miss Ferreri?
Okay, so I got my seat. It was hard to find. They give you like a piece of paper, and I found it. So I'm in the 3rd row, right here. And until the mace is laid is the only time that you're allowed to do a video or photos. So the mace is not right there. And then that's my seatmate. That's Frank Caputo.
Member for Peterborough, Kawartha.
Mr. Speaker, this morning I asked on my Facebook who has started or finished their Christmas shopping. My inbox quickly filled with heartbreaking messages from my constituents who have no money to buy food or rent, never mind Christmas presents.
Member Peterborough, Kawartha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. While I deeply respect my colleagues' passion, saying something louder doesn't make it true. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I'm very proud to share the story of Coach Cal. That's a hashtag, please use it. A 6-year-old from my riding of Peterborough, Kawartha. Food bank users are at an all-time high. Canadians need to know a timeline. When will the government take the right action to support parents, children, and seniors so they aren't eating cat food?
Honorable member for Peterborough, Kawartha.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To my colleague, I would love to hear more about how we are going to help the homeless situation that is dire in my riding of Peterborough, Kawartha with this motion. Will these Liberals stop the just inflation crisis, which is hurting our most precious commodity, our children?
The Honourable Minister.
So this is a very cool experience. We are in the house right now. There's Raquel Dancho, she's amazing. And we just had dinner with the Right Honourable Kim Campbell. So the first and only ever female Prime Minister, that's Cheryl Gallant. And then right beside Cheryl is Kim Campbell. We like this stuff.
Honourable member for Peterborough, Kawartha.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, what a moment. What an experience to stand here in the House of Commons. Thank you to my constituents of Peterborough, Kawartha. I'm here because of your support. I'm here because you believed in me. I promise to do my best and do what I learned growing up in Douro, Ontario, work hard. Just like the Journey song says, I'm just a small town girl, and I truly believe in the lessons a small town teaches. Help others with genuine service. I want to take everyone back to June 2021. I received a call from a very distraught mom named Kim, whose daughter Cassie was missing. Cassie suffered from schizophrenia, and Kim felt the media was not giving her disappearance the attention it deserved because she was a person who lived on the street. Kim did an interview with me on my social media, pleading with people to get Cassie home. Within 72 hours, Cassie was located in the sex trade in Toronto, and she was brought home to Peterborough, Kawartha, thanks to the people on social media who shared that. I'd never met Cassie, I just chatted with her mom. But I want to fast forward to August 2021 during the campaign. Just outside of our campaign office was a very distraught and distressed woman. I approached her and asked her, how can I help? She looked into my eyes. She told me she was scared. She had told me she had nowhere to live and the people on the street were hurting her. I noticed a wings tattoo on her chest, the same tattoo her mom Kim had described to me when we put out a call to find her. I thought, could this be her? So I asked, is your name Cassie? She said yes. Cassie was like many people who are forced to live on the street and struggling with mental illness and addiction. She had a mom and a family who loved her, but that isn't always enough. Trauma and circumstance landed Cassie here. She didn't choose this life. I also want to point out that I am splitting my time with the member of Miramichi Grand Lake. Cassie didn't choose this life. I didn't see Cassie every day, but when I did, she was distraught, exhausted, hungry, and afraid. She didn't have a home, and she didn't have the intervention to help get her the treatment she needed. On September 20th, 2021, yes, the day of the election, while I was running around helping with my team, I received a text that cut me to the core. The text was from Cassie's mom, and it read, "Cassie is dead." She was the body behind the music store. Family has still to be notified, so I don't think they've released the name to the media. I was absolutely shattered. I was gutted emotionally and heartbroken. I felt I'd personally failed Cassie. How did the system fail Cassie? How many more Cassies will be failed? In that moment, I questioned why I was running for politics and why did it matter? My partner Ryan was with me, and like a great partner does, he recalibrated me and picked me up. He took my hand and he said, "Michelle, by taking this job of Member of Parliament, you can be part of the change that is needed for all Cassies." I applied for this job because I know we can do better. We need to change how we talk about mental health. We need to better understand complexities of addiction, and we need to change policy that intervenes when people like Cassie do not have the capacity to take care of themselves. We need the infrastructure and resources dedicated to building forward-thinking mental health treatment facilities. Mental health impacts every single one of us. There are so many programs we've heard about and so much money being dumped into mental health, but the reality is things aren't getting better. They feel worse. Money doesn't solve everything. If you aren't spending money in the right places, or you don't have a reasonable timeline to allocate funds, vision, or an innovative plan to partner with money, you can't expect change. We need to change how we think and talk about mental health. This is what will help us change how we treat it. Humans have an incredible track record of not understanding something until we experience it. Fortunately, and unfortunately, most of us have experienced how devastating mental illness is. Most of us know that our mental health contributes to our happiness, our creativity, and our productivity, which is directly linked to our economy. Our economic crisis is a mental health crisis. How can we expect people who cannot afford food or a home to get out of the poverty cycle? We have to get the cost of living down if we want to be serious about mental health. We have to create an environment that fosters independence and confidence. I was appointed as Shadow Minister of Tourism, and I know firsthand how much this industry is suffering. Many of those devastated by the pandemic, they don't want more loans. They want to work. One of my favorite economic solutions comes from the member of Carleton. Programs and subsidies need to be three things: timely, targeted, and temporary. Much like I said earlier, this economic crisis is a mental health crisis, and I will work diligently to help in the recovery of lost jobs. We need to be reunited with friends and family. We need each other more than ever, and we need to acknowledge and respect public health guidelines, but we also need to be more prepared to deal with what is our new normal. We need to transition to learn to live with COVID. This pandemic has magnified the opioid crisis. My riding of Peterborough-Kawartha has one of the highest rates of opioid deaths in the country. We have the second highest overdose rate in the province of Ontario. We have people dying in the streets and people dying in their homes. I myself have lost friends and family to overdoses and suicide. As I stand here today, I want to leave this message for myself and for all of the people of my riding of Peterborough-Kawartha. We can't give up. We can't stop. We must work every day to learn what works, but more importantly, what doesn't work. Peterborough-Kawartha, I will work for you and for every Cassie who is failed by the system. Because I believe when we take care of our neighbors, we take care of our entire country. Don't stop believing.